Hello everybody out there in the internet and comic book world, and welcome back to another Dark Avenger Comic Book review. I'm 2 weeks late, unfortunately. However, fortunately, the next episode only involves two comics. Avenging Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man. And as I told you guys, I didn't do an unboxing of those two comics. It made no sense to do that. With those comics, I got Astonishing X-Men, which I put in this pile, and Fantastic Four Season 1. It was on sale for $7, so I grabbed it that Wednesday, and that'll be part of a Comic Book Corner episode, which I actually might do soon. So, as a matter of fact, right after this review, we might just jump right into the next review, because the next review is only going to be one part. It's only 2 books. But for right now, the countdown stands until we shoot that at 36, until 200. Yep. So 36 more Dark Avenger reviews, and then we hit the big old 200. Let's just go right into the books. These books were released on 2 Wednesdays ago.
I think that's December 17th.
2 Wednesdays ago.
19th?
And then
2 Wednesdays ago? And that's
19th.
Yeah, the 19th.
Yeah, 19th.
So December 19th, 2012. We have one indie book, and don't forget there will be a third part. I don't know if I might do what I did the first time around and post the 2 main reviews and then have them followed by the 2 digital reviews, or I might wait on posting the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and post the digital reviews for this week first. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, so just bear with me, everybody. But for this week, the only hard copy indie book is Locke and Key, the final series, the final volume, the Omega. Well, Omega, Locke and Key, Omega. And this is issue 2. And I love how this last series, it's just, that's it. It's like we're setting you up for the end. And for those of you that are interested, the other 5 volumes are here in the back, just for FYI. But anyway, also, welcome, Kevin.
Oh, thank you very much.
Kevin.
Completely slipped my mind. Welcome on the review.
No
Kev's
problem.
here. We're shooting this on New Year's Eve. And the main character here in this book is, oh God.
So wait, there's a different main character in the story?
Well, no, not a different character. It's,
that's what...
Rufus. Rufus is actually like the main focus of this book. And it turns out Rufus is the only one that could see Bode. The real Bode. The Bode that we lost back in the 3rd volume, I believe. In the Crown of Shadows.
Yeah.
So, Bode is excited. He's like, yay, you can see me. And he's like, listen, don't do anything. Don't do anything stupid. Let's talk about this. And Rufus says, I am stupid. And he sees Bode, and he knows that he sees Dodge in Bode's body. And he goes to try to kill Dodge in Bode's body, and he doesn't succeed, and he gets put into a psych ward. All the while, there's a dance going on back at Locke and Key, and Kinsey's going. And really, the main focus, though, other than that, the main focus sticks with Rufus and his past and everything that's led him to this point, so to speak. Long story short, he breaks out of jail. Jail.
It's okay.
It's like a jail. He's imagining it to be a jail. But he breaks out of the psych ward thanks to I forgot the girl's name from the past, the one that Dodge took all her memories out, and she tells him go and stop Dodge, and it ends with him escaping the psych ward, saying I'm getting back home, and I'm gonna make it one way or another, on foot or in a box. To be continued in the next issue, and the next issue cover looks really awesome. It has the Shadow Key again. So I guess we'll see what happens next.
This time, not a claw.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be?
I don't know.
Okay.
5 out of 5 stars. The Locke and Key series. I left out a lot, and there's a reason why I left out a lot, because you really should be reading Locke and Key. And this is the last volume. In 5 issues, it's all over. There's only 5 more issues. That means it's a 7-issue series, and then it's over. Done. Put it to rest. No more lock and keys.
Okay.
That's it. They've already exposed all the keys except for possibly the one that Tyler made, but that's in secret right now. So, what's going to happen? I'm just glad we got to see Bode again. I was worried. I was like, we haven't seen him already for an entire book. Where did he go? And there he is. He's alive and well. So, that's IDW. Definitely check it out. I say 5 out of 5. DC has 3 books this week. The first 2 are Green Lantern books. Green Lantern New Guardians, issue 15. And as you can see from the cover, Kyle's quest to master all the rings leads him to Larfleeze, the
Leader of the
sole, right, the sole Orange Lantern in the entire, in all of existence. And the Third Army, of course, is still growing. And Kyle goes to Larfleeze, and Larfleeze at first is like, no, it's mine. And then, thanks to Star Sapphire, who offers Larfleeze something in exchange.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
And I'm interested. I've always been interested in Larfleeze's past, and they mention even more. And Larfleeze apparently forgot his real name because she says here, they'll even tell you what your real name is. So he's looking for his family. So Larfleeze says, fine, I'll share. And then he instructs... He instructs Kyle on how to tap into the Orange Lantern. You can't just need it, you gotta want it. You have to think it's mine. And there's a panel here where Larfleeze and Carol are fighting the Third Army, which shows up out of nowhere and attacks. And Acrillo, and this is what gets me questioning Kyle now, says, can you feel it, Earthman? Star Sapphire, Larfleeze, even the She-Guardian, despite their attempts to hide it, every one of them is terrified. He's like, yeah, I do feel it. Sweet, ain't it? And his eyes are glowing yellow. Kyle's starting to lose control. So he's like, you know what? I can't do it. He can't be, it's hard for him to say it's mine. Then finally says, the hell with it, fine, mine. And then he becomes, he's able to tap into the orange part of the spectrum. However, he's getting taken over by it, and it's controlling it. The orange influence is controlling him, and Sade and Star Sapphire are the one that snapped Kyle out of it finally. Well, mostly Star Sapphire, and I'm not going to spoil the rest of this book, but but Kyle and everybody escapes except one person. And that one person is the one that is killed by the Third Army. And let me tell you guys something right now. If you are a Green Lantern fan, I agree with several people. Not just one person, but several people say the same thing. If you have been a fan of Green Lantern over the past 4 to 5 years, not 4, maybe a little less, maybe a little more.
Yeah,
if you've been a fan of Green Lantern since Hal Jordan returned, this is going to get you really mad, the ending. You're going to get really upset at who dies.
Seems like some people died.
I think I got quote too.
You did?
Yeah. The way you're saying that, Hal Jordan returned and all that. I don't know if I should... No, you're saying if I should say it, but I don't think I'll say it. It'll spoil things.
Trust me, you don't know it unless you've been reading Green Lantern.
No, but I think I know what you're getting at.
What?
Maybe. Who
Not
dies?
Kyle.
No, I know not Kyle.
And not
Who
Carol.
dies. No, I know that.
And not Larfleeze.
No.
Okay. Not Acrillo.
No.
3 out of 5 stars. I take 2 off because it's been up and down and up and down. This one was better, and finally the Third Army attacked with 1 issue left before the Third Army gets taken out, probably. However, Green Lantern 15 has picked up. Finally. Long story short, Simon tracks down the person who left that truck that he stole with the bomb in it. He finds him, and it turns out that the Green Lanterns now know about the Guardians and, excuse me, it's getting late, and their plot. So, Simon gets himself in trouble because the man who left the bomb actually pulled a gun on him, and Simon loses the ability to use his ring. And the guy says, "I'll kill you and I'll be an American hero instead." So he loses the entirety of the power ring, and then we finally get to see Hal Jordan and Sinestro again. For God's sakes, it's been a while. And they're in this world, and they don't know where they are, but the man does say, the hooded man does say one thing: "You're both deceased." Goes right back to Simon and the guy who was framed, who framed him, or who originally left the bomb. And it turns out FBI agent Franklin finds out the truth. But the Third Army attacks. One issue until the rise of the Third Army ends again. So Simon and Agent Franklin escape, barely, and turns out the man had a bunch of bombs in his basement, and the Third Army breaks into the basement just as Simon and the FBI agent break free, and the bomb explodes and destroys all the Third Army. And we get to see a Green Lantern we haven't seen in a while. Green Lantern Bidge. The Squirrel Green Lantern, for God's sake. Yeah, the Squirrel Green Lantern. He's like, "You're not Hal Jordan."
Green Lantern?
And he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "We have a problem. We have the gravest of missions, and I must find Hal Jordan before the Guardians realize we know they've gone mad." And then the last page is all about the Guardians and the first ever Lantern, and it turns out that the first ever Lantern's starting to crack out of his prison, so to speak, to be concluded. At least the rise of the Third Army to be concluded. I know for a fact that we're going to go right into the next story arc immediately, and it's going to involve Green Lantern, New Guardians, and Red Lanterns. So if you thought that this was going to be the only time you needed the Red Lantern series, you're going to need it for at least another 2 story arcs, I believe, if they're going to do it one right after the other, this picked up. It's definitely a 4 out of 5 stars. Finally, Simon has been, they figured out that Simon wasn't the one. Finally, the truth came out. So now we'll see where this character goes from here. Nightwing issue 15. This was good. Joker has broken Raya out of jail, or the insane asylum, wherever she was. And at the same time, he kills somebody at Amusement Alley. I believe it's Alley. Amusement Mile. I was wrong. It's Amusement Mile. And Dick, as Nightwing, is on the hunt for the Joker with Batgirl until he gets a call from Sonya. And he finds out that Joker killed Jimmy and broke Raya out of jail. So Joker has this crazy scheme set up, and Dick basically tells everybody from Haley's Circus to get out of town for a while. He's closing up Amusement Mile, everything. Everybody has to go. Anybody involved needs to leave, even Sonya. However, in the very next page, Sonya says, "I'm not leaving, I'm not scared, and I'm not going to show any fear." So she ends up staying. I think it might be at some point. So Dick ends up going to the morgue to find out the toxins that were using the chemical to hurt Jimmy. Maybe he could locate the Joker. There's a scene between him and Sonya. She wants him to sign some paperwork to freeze the work on Amusement Mile for now until everything blows over and they have a moment. However, Dick is remembering that this is the daughter of the man that killed his parents.
Really?
Yeah, that's the hook.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he says, "No, this is wrong. Your dad is Tony Zuko, the guy that killed." And then he gets interrupted by a phone call.
Okay.
And the chemicals come back in, and he finds out where Joker is. However, he doesn't get to face Joker.
Hello.
Instead, he faces a Jokerized Raya. And and it turns out that she's in a bunch of pain, but instead of screaming in pain, she's screaming in laughter because that's part of the Joker's way. Joker escapes. Dick tries to save Raya, but unfortunately he doesn't. So there's already one death.
Died, right?
And then Joker wrote something on her before.
Ooh. What did he say?
Before the whole ordeal.
Oh.
A surprise party where Amusement Mile, hosted by Haley Circus, to be continued. Dick runs off screaming, "No! Whoa! I cannot wait to see what's going to happen next."
Yeah, that looks like an awesome cliffhanger.
I'll tell you guys the truth. If Joker really, honest to God, does not know who Batman and the rest of the Bat family are, you could have fooled me. The way he's treating everybody, I could swear he does know.
He just doesn't know his way to the Batcave, right?
We don't know that.
Oh.
He's a Joker.
Oh, well, Batman's saying that he knows for sure that he didn't go in.
Yeah, Kevin's reading Batman.
I'm sorry, yeah, I'm only reading the main story. I didn't read the side stories.
Well, you're not a Nightwing fan, probably. That's
No,
why.
I love Nightwing. Are you kidding me? I just don't have the time to buy it now.
The money also.
Yeah, the money, because I'm buying other stuff.
Right.
Other comics. That
So,
I'm into.
really good. 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Maybe 4.5 out of 5 stars. Take a half star away just because it read really fast. And finally, from DC Comics this week, HeMan and the Masters of the Universe, issue 5, I believe of 6, unless they make this an ongoing series. And Adam and Tila.
I thought it would be more of an indie series. I didn't think He-Man was DC.
Well, DC now owns, DC and Vertigo and
they do?
everything.
Oh.
So
yeah,
Adam and Tila escape. They find a way to escape, and Evelyn, I can't believe I said this woman's name, sends Man-at-Arms to go find them and bring them back. She reports to Skeletor, and it turns out that oh God, what the I forgot who this was, but the woman who could turn into a bird was the reason why. Why can't I remember her name? But I believe he snaps her neck. So
Okay, if you don't remember though.
they find this room or this seal, and Adam touches it. It breaks open, and guess what's in the room? The sword of Grayskull. So, as Adam goes through it, as you saw from the picture, he gets attacked by Battle Cat. The rest of the book is Adam versus Battle Cat up until
There it goes.
he got the sword.
And does that same old quote all the time.
And Adam and He-Man is back, and everybody remembers. Basically, Skeletor erased all their memories. Now that Adam got the sword, he's He-Man again, and obviously everybody remembers. And the last panel is Skeletor saying, "Come to me then, and bring your fools with you. Last time I took your memories, this time I will take your lives."
Yep.
Next issue, He-Man, what more needs to be said?
Mm-hmm.
Very true. So finally, after 5 issues, we get to see He-Man. Looking forward, 5 stars. Really, I should say 4.5 because it was not that it was a quick read, but it was like a really easy resolve. And what the heck was Evelyn doing with the sword anyway?
Yeah, that was kind
Probably
of...
stole it.
To keep it
I don't
away
know.
from him, I guess.
Well, she's
I don't know.
called
So,
evil, right?
Movie hand? Okay, we got time.
Yes, we do.
So 4.5, just for the fact of what the heck was the sword doing there of all places. It should have been with Skeletor, but we're going into Astonishing X-Men 57. Might as well start this off with Astonishing X-Men. Story was interesting. However, I will not be getting the next issue unless it's only one artist. Because this book starts off with one artist, and then halfway through, right at the middle practically, the artwork changes. Now, I like this artwork. I like the first artist. The second artist, however, I'm not a fan of. It looks like he drew Warbird as if she was an old lady.
Oh, that's Warbird, okay.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. It's very sketchy, very, I don't know. I just feel like the artwork got either rushed or is very sketchy towards the end of the book.
It looks kind of horrid.
And it says here, artists are Gabriel Hernandez Walta and Felix Ruiz. So I'm guessing Felix Ruiz is the second artist in this book.
Yeah, so did I.
So if I see Ruiz on the next cover or as the next artist, I probably will not be getting I won't be getting it. So it turns out there's an artifact that catches Warbird's eye, and she runs to Egypt because this item was found in Egypt. Turns out it's from a long lost race which the Shire was supposed to have eliminated. Turns out there's one left. And as Warbird tries to stop him, she gets frozen, sort of, and stuck in a dream state. Which then the artwork changes, and that's where the story kind of fractures in my mind because I couldn't stand the artwork. But basically Wolverine and the rest of the X-Men found her, and S.H.I.E.L.D. actually had come in the beginning of the story to find out where, why Warbird left American soil, etc., etc., why she was in Egypt. So, Wolverine and the X-Men find a way for her to escape, and they give her an address of, like a lead towards where she's searching, and that's basically the gist of the book. I really couldn't stand the second part, the second artwork, pretty much, and she's explaining who this guy was. He was kind of like an, I forgot what it was, an artist or something, and basically that's why the Warbirds eliminated them, and what's the word I'm looking for? They're dangerous, heretic, addictive, and beautiful, or something like that. I don't know. Towards the second part of the story, my mind just kind of went, maybe not. I don't know.
Oh, there's a...
Yeah, a little mark on it. And there was a mark on the cover. So, honestly, I'll say this was a 2.5 out of 5 stars because the artwork deterred me, and then it's like the second part of the story didn't even exist to me, so it's like, I don't know. I'm really thinking about dropping Astonishing X-Men at least until after Extermination anyway, because I'm not getting Age of Apocalypse, Astonishing X-Men, and there was another one, and Extreme X-Men. I dropped both Extreme X-Men and Age of Apocalypse. I'm not picking them up again for Extermination. Just send Nightcrawler from the Age of Apocalypse back and be done with it. Next is one of Michael's books. Thank God I could take a rest.
Yep. That would be A+X issue number 3, where the team up, as you see from the cover, Black Panther and Storm, and next story of Hawkeye and Gambit.
Maybe I should be picking up those.
Yeah,
What?
you should actually.
A+X is a nice team-up story. I read the
Yeah.
I wasn't too much of a fan of the Hawkeye Gambit one, though.
Oh, I thought that was pretty good.
I didn't like how it went down.
Well, it
I
was
liked the
kinda
Black
comedic.
Panther one.
Yeah, the Black Panther and Storm
Oh,
one.
yeah, I asked
Really good
earlier
on
if there was
show,
if Black Panther was going to get his own comic books, but I hear not really. It's a shame.
But really, it's
Really
about
great.
Black Panther and Storm. Like they're talking about their event of what happened through Avengers vs. X-Men.
And how they're not married anymore.
And how they're not married anymore and want to move on and stuff like that. And then they just act like to race each other. And
That's the only thing I couldn't understand.
yeah, like they just talk about what happened and then just race each other. And
And he still calls her my love.
I think it has to do because of this.
Yeah, show that.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it has to
yeah.
do because of this panel.
What's up with
Wolverine and
that?
Storm.
So Wolverine
Yeah.
and Storm are going to get their Mac on, apparently.
Yeah, so,
Little Mac.
but yeah, I thought that was pretty good. And then we get into Gambit and Hawkeye. I'll show some good artwork.
Alright, while you do that, I'm going to get something
right here.
Go ahead.
And there's a monster that is unleashed, and at first, like, Gambit and Hawkeye, they weren't trusting each other a lot, but then, like, they do
usually
some...
a friendly guy.
Yeah, they have like some agilities and stuff, and they try to find a way of how to defeat the monster. And there was one part where Hawkeye shoots the monster right there with Gambit's help to move the woman out of the way.
Wow,
And
maybe I
then,
should buy the series.
Yeah, and this is the funny scene right here where she gives a Hawkeye the number instead of Gambit. Because because Hawkeye's the type that, you know, would you know. Then Hawkeye says to Gambit, "Not all of us can have the charm of Pepe Le Pew," and I thought that was hilarious.
They mentioned Pepe Le Pew in
Yeah,
here.
but I like the part in this panel where they shook hands with each other. So, you know. And I like that. And then in the end, he stole, I think, Hawkeye's wallet from the end right here.
And you think he's not going to notice that?
Probably will. And next issue, I am looking forward to doing this.
Alright, it's official. I'll probably get this series.
Yep. I'm going to in-depth review the next
I've been
issue.
waiting for the Spider-Man. Sorry, I had to go get my glasses.
Spider-Man and Beast.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that since issue
And
2.
what was the other
It was
one?
advertised as issue 2.
So, this one right now, this is issue what?
Oh, this is issue 3.
2? Oh, this is issue 3, okay.
Yeah, Mike.
What were the first 2 again? I saw it before.
First 2 were...
I think it was Rogue and
Black Widow were 2.
Black Widow, along with Kitty Pryde and Iron Man.
Okay.
That was 2.
And then number 1 was...
I can't remember. Well, Mike
Captain
Spider
America
Slayer
and somebody.
did it. Captain America and Cable, was it?
Yeah, it was an
Oh,
older
okay. I was
one.
thinking Cyclops.
And
But
the
what
rest
happened to
of them,
Cyclops?
yeah. But Mike Spider Slayer is in-depthly reviewing this comic book. But
Okay.
if I had to say, with the 2 stories altogether, I'd give it a 4 out of 5. The
Okay.
second story was better than the first story of the team-ups, and I liked it. So I definitely recommend it.
I would definitely recommend this book. It's an enjoyable read, and yeah, something to sink your teeth into. Absolutely positive.
Well, we only have a 1.5
camera
minute
was
left.
moved. Cindy.
Sorry.
Good one.
Yeah.
So guys, we only have a minute left. I'm not going to go into any more books till the next part. We have a lot more to go. A nice pile to go. So guys, I'll see you guys in part 2. We're probably going to go into a part 3, knowing my love of these books. Because we really didn't get through much in this part. So I'll see you guys in part 2 of this week's comic book review. Or
See you
last
then.
week's comic book review. See you guys then.
See you then.